It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. DA, take it away.
More than 40 years ago, the Oscar Robertson rule ushered in the new era of free agency in the NBA. In the last decade, players have taken personal agency. They've pulled up stakes and forced trades in search of an ideal environment. Now, sometimes for teams on the losing end of that, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But this is the new reality of the NBA. Kevin?
It is indeed, DA. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Hernan Gomez.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. We've got Bridges. Hernan Gomez out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Batum, and it's Rozier in at the point guard. And for Washington, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Wagner out there with Bryant, and it's Hachimura in at the small forward. You know, Chris, it seems like every year the NBA gets a little more athletic. Talk about how that aspect of the game has changed.
I was 6'9", and I played power forward and sometimes center. Kevin Durant is 6'11", and he plays the 2 guard. That's how the game is changing. It's no more big guys go to that end, little guys go to that end. Now you have to be a skilled basketball player. You have to be able to shoot, dribble, and pass at every position. The way of just the one-sided guy, that is gone out the game. That's a dinosaur, and I love it. You have to be more athletic, definitely, but the skill set, you got to make sure you can play basketball, and that way, no matter what size you are, 5'9" to 7 foot, you have to be equal in skill, and I love that.
Wow, I do too. Now, here's Wall. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Beal, it's good from about 19 feet.
Wow, one of the best when it comes to shooting off of the pick. You can't afford to give him any daylight to shoot.
Now, here's Batum. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Rozier, the pass to Batum. Here's Hernan Gomez, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Wall. And the pass to Wagner. The 3. They get it back. The second chance effort. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Rozier kicks to Bridges. No good on the 3. Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Batum against Beal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
I like how Bill draws these type of fouls. Excellent at working the D and forcing their hand. Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls for him. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Bill moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
And both free throws good for Beal.
Oh, very quietly, Bill has matured into one of the game's best 2 guards. He's a strong playmaker, a dynamite scorer, and a solid defender.
Now, here's Batum. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Clock at 6. Now Rozier. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And this gives us a moment now to show you the rookies with the highest shooting percentage over the past 10 games. Well, you look at Hachimura, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Wall dishes to Beal. The kick out to Bryant. Lets it go from the wing, and they pick up 2. Bryant's got his second basket.
We've seen Bill evolve as a playmaker, including how he spots his open teammates.
It's stolen by Wall. And Wall slams it home.
We all know Wall loves putting on a show. He has some ridiculous dunks up his sleeve.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Bridges. And nothing is falling for him right now. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Wizards. Beal the pass to Wagner.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Wizards shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Charlotte making a switch here. Williams is checked in. So he gets them both. Hornets trail by 10. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
And here we can check out the story on Nicholas Batum. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference. They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Here's Hachimura. Hornets with the rebound, coming off that loss against the Nets.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
It's one of those games where home court played a big role. It might have been a different result if they were in their own building.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Hachimura. He also had a big impact in that win against the Spurs. Beal can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Pass to Wagner. Pass to Hachimura. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
It's stolen by Wall. Lays it up off the glass. Wall's got his second basket of the night.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Count it. And that's now 6 points for Beal.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And here's Batum. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Rozier. Now Hernan Gomez. Back to Rozier. Six on the shot clock. Bryant comes with the double team. Here's Hernan Gomez. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Hernan Gomez has got 6.
Toughness and energy on the boards. An easy putback to show for it.
And Wall kicks to Beal. And there's the pass to Hachimura. To the paint. Here's Wagner. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Monk's checked in for Charlotte. Hornets trail by 12. Pulls up on the wing. That shot is off. Now Washington takes it the other way. Here's Hachimura. Defended by Bridges. Hachimura the pass to Wall. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Here's Batum. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Lets a floater go. Here's Hernan Gomez. And it's sent back by Bryant. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant. So for the Wizards, Davis Bertans comes in for Mo Wagner. And Thomas subbed in for Hachimura. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. On the wing, Williams. Bertans defending. Just 5 on the clock. Monk for 3. And no good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Well, nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were on fire from outside.
It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Here's Thomas. Rebound by Williams.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Monk, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Some solid defense from Bryant. Washington leading now by 14. Here's Wall. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists tonight.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Monk with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Batum wide open. He fires. Cans it from downtown.
More than comfortable catching and firing. You got to be aware of Batum. He has a ton of confidence in himself.
Wall against Batum. Wall passes to Thomas. Over in the corner, Bertans. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. And the Wizards lead by 16. Charlotte has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Batum against Wall. Now here's Batum. D right on him. Here's the floater. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Monk after the basket by Washington. Here's Hernan Gomez. He feeds it to Williams. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Cody Zeller subbed in for Williams. Wizards leading by 18. Now here is Smith. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. To the middle, shot clock at 5. Now Monk is definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. Monk, the pass to Biyombo. Here's Washington.
You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
That's a 2 from Smith. Shot clock reset for Washington. And it's blocked. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Hornets trail by 18. Batum passes to Monk. High arcing shot, and the rejection by Mahinmi.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass. Just doing the job on the backboard.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Mahinmi, and stolen by Biyombo. Batum against Smith. Bonga pulls it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Bertans can't get it to go. Charlotte has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Washington, that's good.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as a high percentage a look as you're going to get. Running the floor beautifully.
Now, here is Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And the Wizards lead by 16.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Washington passes to Monk. Kicks it to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's good for 2. Zeller's got his second basket of the night.
And chalk that one up to simple awareness. Zeller's a smart guy. He knows the clock is running down, beats it just in time.
Smith outside. Pass to Bonga. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's the Wizards leading by 14. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The Wizards' John Wall talks about how important it is to play well at home.
I think we all understand you have to be a good home team if you want to be in the playoffs and be able to take care of home court advantage. But our fans have been amazing. Our fans that came out have been great for us. But I think just locking in and understanding you got to be able to win at home before you can win on the road.
Taking care of business at home, Greg, is where it all starts.
Yeah, to be a playoff team, you've got to own it and then try to steal your share on the road.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, GA, great balance of efficiency and intensity, which is why they hold the early lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, the Wizards 5 right now. Travis Berton's out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Smith. Then it's Thomas. And it's Bonga in at the 3 spot. Now, let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. The Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Here's Monk. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, last season, Kev, Malik Monk got more chances on the floor. He's still showing a bit of inconsistency, and that's going to be something that he'll have to smooth out with time.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw missing. And Chris, you forget just how young Monk was when he came into the NBA.
Yeah, true. His game was very raw, and it's still a work in progress. But you see the flashes of what he's capable of. And, Kevin, ultimately, you want him to be better on the defensive end as well.
And Washington making a change here. Hachimura is checked in. Now, here is Smith. Here's Pertinis. And too long on the shot.
Well, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Here's Rozier. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Here's Bonga. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Smith for 3. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That'll be his second foul of the game. Wagner, he's checked in for the Wizards. Rozier, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. That one's not going to go. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Now, here's Mahinmi. Hachimura, the pass to Bonga. Shot clock at 6. And yes, it's good.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Rozier. 11-point game. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Passes to Monk. Picked off in midair. Here's Bonga. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And the Hornets with possession here. After the basket by Washington. They get it again. Zeller. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, this is one of the areas of the court where Zeller gets most of his offense, either converting inside, going to the line, or both.
And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the standings.
The first one falls. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year. With the injuries, you don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early, because when for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
Now, here's Rozier. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. It's blocked, and he recovers it. The pass to Monk. Rozier with the ball. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And with a quick break in the action, let's now take a look at the top rookie free throw shooters in the NBA. Well, you look at Hachimura, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
And really, he needs to continue getting to the free throw line as much as possible, because he's pretty deadly once he gets there.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Wizards lead by 13.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here is Rozier. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Wall against Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 ball. Poked away, but they get it back. Bridges dishes to Monk. Shoots over Beal. They grab their own miss. Enzo Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They led by as many as 18 points.
Oh, you can't give Bill these lanes. I mean, when you do, he's great at exploiting them.
Hornets trail by 15. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's Rozier missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Now, here's Monk. Right wing. Bridges with it. Pass to Rozier. Shot clock at 5. Over Wagner. And it's Rozier again missing. Wizards leading by 15. Here's Wall. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Beal, and the layup's good off the glass. Beal's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And the Hornets call time here. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cody Zeller. Williams comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Batum in for Rozier. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and his offense fueled him on D2. He was more than a handful on that end, piling up the steals.
Here's Hachimura. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Hachimura. Just when you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have? And you were special. But so you've got to have a very special category for this one, I'm sure.
Well, thanks, Ken. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, when I think about him, and also Joel Embiid, the fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop, that as a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber.
Thanks, man.
Shot from the wing, and the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Charlotte's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now, here's Monk for the three. Rebound, Washington. Wall's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Williams with the block. Beal the pass to Wagner. Oh, Beal in position. Bryant dishes to Beal. The Hornets pull it in. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Washington with the ball. Wall draws the double. Beal the pass to Wagner. Shoots over Bridges. Wagner can't hit. And for the Hornets, they're shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. The offensive rebound. No good from Hernan Gomez. The Wizards shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Wall looking it over. Over to the wing. Here's Hachimura. They get it back. Here's Wagner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Miles Bridges. The Wizards have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Bertanis, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And Thomas subbed in for Hachimura.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, GA, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson. where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense. That's the thing. I mean, Thomas can beat you with drives, and he can beat you with range as well.
Now Monk. On the wing, Williams. Over Bertans. Washington tipped back in for two. Washington's got his second basket of the game.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now, here's Bertans. 5 points in the game.
That's just the game of finding the open man. We talk about how Thomas challenges your defense. He has the quickness, but also the poise.
Here's Batum. Pass to Williams. Monk with the ball. Thomas is there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see Malik Monk? Was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
The first free throw is good. During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point.
Biombo, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now, here's Bertans. He has 7.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Batum against Wall. Batum passes to Biombo. Lays it up and banks it in. Biombo's got his first basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Thomas. To the inside. Beal. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 12 points for Bradley Beal.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Batum against Wall. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Bradley Beal. 19th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And yeah, one of the better three-point shooters in pro basketball. He's killed it from downtown every time we've watched him. Very impressive. Wagner can't hit. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Well, over time, I would say Williams has morphed into a reliable small/power forward, especially in his rebound.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So both teams making some changes here.
One shot.
And that one misses.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
Here's Batum following the bucket by the Wizards. Passes it to Washington. And here's Biombo, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Just 3 to shoot. Three-pointer, Martin. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first half. Thomas with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And so it's Washington ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
And it's Wall with the ball for Washington. On the floor for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Batum. And it's Rozier in at the point. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game. So anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score. Don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they could pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
And the first one at the line is good.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, Kevin, it wasn't a bad year for the Hornets last season. I mean, they missed the playoffs, but they were stuck in middle ground. I mean, they were right in the fight for it. This team wants to be a contender, but the best path to that goal isn't easy to see.
And it's Rozier missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Here's Beal. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting. And the playoff drought for the Hornets weighing on everybody's mind.
Oh, man, 3 years straight of missing the playoff. 2002 was the last time the Hornets made it out of the first round. I can't find any sustained success from the franchise.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Oh, great instincts, relentless. Seems like he's getting to every miss.
Now here's Wall to the wing on the left. Here's Hachimura. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 5 assists in the game. And here are the Hornets now. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. "90 seconds now into the second half. Kid Gilchrist finds Batum. 6 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Wall.
Oh, playing a little cornerback there. Anticipates the pass and jumps the route.
Beal banked in off the glass. Beal's got 16 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here's Rozier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He kicks it to Bridges. Looking to end the run. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bryant's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Kid Gilchrist against Wall. Here's Wagner. 9 points in the game so far.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Here's Wall. Michael Kid Gilchrist making his last shot. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Beal kicks to Bryant. Nice ball movement by Washington. 4 on the clock. Wagner can't hit.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Rozier looking around. Inside, Hernan Gomez. And it's in there. He's got 8.
You can see the D just a little slow getting to the bucket. I mean, he'll make you pay for that.
Wall against Rozier. Here's Wagner. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Well, the Wizards last year, I mean, they struggled on defense. We saw that, which was a big part of why they missed out on the playoffs. Now, teams know it is a weakness, and that's something they need to address. This team knows it.
And the first one drops. Chris, with the Wizards and their lack of defense, last season it showed up in the numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, they were second to last in effective field goal percentage against in the league. I mean, that just didn't challenge shooters inside and out. No amount of offense can make up for that.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Both good from the line that time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Hornets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Dang, that's his 4th foul.
Now he's going to have to be careful. Still a little ways to go and only 2 fouls to spare.
And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Wall passes to Hachimura. The Wizards with another miss. Charlotte shooting just 31% in the game. Now Rozier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. A nice shot by Zeller.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Wall passes to Wagner. Offline with the baseline jumper.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
And the Wizards with possession, following the miss by Miles Bridges. Wall's shot is off. Beal against Batum. To the middle. Here's Zeller. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you can't blame the defender. He was trying to be aggressive. But Zeller with just too much size and athleticism.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Zeller. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors if there's over there.
I agree.
Hate to say it, he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game.
Floats one. Beal can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Wall. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist making his last shot. Out to the right wing. Here's Hachimura, defended by Bridges. And here's Bryant for 3. Kept alive by Washington. Wagner passes to Wall. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Wall's got 12.
And Wall has great size at his position and strength. He uses it very well close in.
The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Rozier against Wall. Now, here's Rozier. Defense is right there. Here's Zeller. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
The versatility to play in the high post as well as alongside the baseline. Zeller does have places to get his buckets, which have been piling up tonight.
Now here's Wall. 12 points for him. Outside Bryant. Here's Wagner. It's rebounded by Kidd-Gilchrist.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kidd-Gilchrist. And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Well, you look at Hachimura, an intimidating defender, 3rd in the league. And, of course, P.J. Washington. He's right there as well.
And among first-year players, these two are as intimidating a pair of shot blockers as you're going to see.
The pass to Hachimura. Bridges with the steal. And now running up the court, Kidd-Gilchrist pushing it up. Kept alive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier. That's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
First trip to the line for him here.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Charlotte also making some changes. Biyombo is checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Washington comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Malik Monk in for Nicholas Batum. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
And here are the Hornets now after the basket by Washington. Biyombo dishes to Monk. Puts up a three. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahimi's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rozier against Thomas for three. Smith. He's off on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Washington. Here's Biyombo. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
One shot.
And Biyombo, no good on that one.
And a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM. A lot to do here.
Yeah, G, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Rozier kicks to Biyombo. The shot's good. Biyombo's got 6 points.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Biyombo with the block. And stolen by Zeller. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Saturday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And you know, for that Pistons game, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 17-6 run. Monk, the pass to Biyombo. Now, here's Rozier. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up on the elbow. Washington with the rebound.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, when you're executing at this rate, you feel like no one can slow you down.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Biyombo. And here is Monk. He has 5. It's stolen by Bertans. Smith finds Thomas. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. He's got 5.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Rozier against Thomas. Here's Washington. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Monk, the pass to Rozier. Just 4 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and that one drops.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Here's Bonga. He has 5. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Back to Smith. The 3. They get the rebound. Mahinmi with the stuff.
and just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Here's Rozier following the bucket by the Wizards. And play stops.
That
Whistle
screen.
on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And checking out the stats for Rozier, his last 10 games, he's getting around 16 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Bertans can't get it to go. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Rozier's got 5.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Pass to Bertans. Over Zeller. The Hornets pull it in. Biyombo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now, here's Monk, covered by Smith. Rozier against Thomas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Oh, just a master at getting into the body of defenders and shot blockers. Thomas knows how to draw those whistles.
And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Bryant is checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Charlotte also making some changes. Marvin Williams is checked in for Cody Zeller, and Martin subbed in for Malik Monk. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Okay, I love the attitude of Thomas. I mean, he has a real underdog mentality. It's what motivates him to play so hard.
Williams kicks to Rozier. Pass to Washington. Over Smith. Here's Biyombo. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Bryant. Biyombo with the block. Martin's in the post, covered by Smith. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now the pass to Bryant. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Bryant's got 8 points. And so it's the Washington Wizards holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll return shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Ish Smith. Davis Bertans out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Brown in at the 2. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Misses off the left iron.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Pass to Bertans. Smith outside, kicks it to Brown. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. That's good for Miles on the assist by Brown. Miles has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Wizards. Martin against Smith. Outside Martin. Chris, regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories, whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even you can go to Marshall Nonis, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Washington with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte, Mahimi's shot is good. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Martin. Rebound by Mahimi.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Brown the pass to Miles, and then Miles with the dunk.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. The Hornets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Outside Martin. That one good for 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? And there's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys any year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on a contract or are getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract. And those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time. But the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players of the league, period.
Now here is Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Washington with the rebound. Mahimi's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Hachimura, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. It's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun.
Yeah, first year for Coach Borrego as a head coach, but he had a solid start. He's from the Popovich coaching tree. He was given the reins of the Hornets, and he was tasked with improving their offense.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with Borrego as coach, the offense certainly was more fluid.
Yeah, Borrego, he stresses ball movement. He encourages his players to look for early offense, more spacing in the system that benefits the whole roster.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Back to Martin. From past the arc. No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's Martin following the bucket by the Wizards. And Brown over to help. Passes it to Bacon. Charlotte moving the ball around. Brown against Martin. Fades away. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Outside Martin. This last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too.
Man,
I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, you know, not taking away the shine from the team.
Here's Washington. Makes it off the glass.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's McCray. There's the pass to Miles. Fades back. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And here are the Hornets now. After the basket by Washington. Martin, the pass to Martin. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's McCray. It's Miles on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting strong.
Charlotte's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Outside Martin. Here's Bacon. And it's Miles with the rebound.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
Bertanis, he's checked in for Washington. And the basket is good. The Hornets shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Outside, Martin uses the glass to finish the layup.
The switch flipped for him at halftime. Not a single point in the first half. All of a sudden, he's come alive.
Here's McCray. Pass to Miles. On the wing, Brown. Clock at 6. And a miss there on the triple.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Passes it to Monk from the wing. And he gets the jumper to drop.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk, an experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Here's McCray. It's Brown on the wing. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Monk with the ball. Shoots from the high post. Basket good. Monk's got 4 this quarter.
And you see the improvement in that mid-range game by Monk. He really wants to be a knockdown threat from all 3 levels on the floor.
Here's McCray. And there's the pass to Miles. Pass to McCray. They could use a bucket. Offensive rebound. No good that time. Charlotte has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Martin. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Martin's got his first points of the night.
I like seeing Monk set his teammates up. A part of his game that I think he's got to continue to improve.
Here's McCray. It's Miles on the wing. Pass to McCray. Over Martin. McCray, no good. The Hornets shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Wizards.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for John Wall.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
So he comes up empty at the line. Washington's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. To the paint, it's stolen by Martin. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Monk's got the ball.
And how about Monk there? You better get in front of him when he's in attack mode. If you allow him to get to that launching pad, it is too little, too late.
Here's McCray. Brown outside. It's stolen by Monk. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Here's McCray. Following the basket by Malik Monk. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we just try to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.